Hello, and welcome back to the SpoilerCast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. And welcome to this SpoilerCast Summer Extravaganza!
Woohoo!
Oh, yes. The lists continue. The top 10 list, the top 10 summer lists. No, they're not summer lists. Oh, we should have done a summer movies. I think we've done that on Patreon, though. So, for last time, maybe. I think so. Doesn't matter, because my name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host, Christopher. No, Rebecca.
Hello. Hi.
Yes, we're continuing doing your top 10 lists, and this is our second to last one. So next week is the last top 10 list. After that, we're going to continue with the real episode, so to speak. And we've saved the best for last. Today, as you can see on our background, we're doing top 10 fantasy movies that are not part of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yes.
You could not pick the Lord of the Rings movies, because obviously they would take the first 3 spots, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe my number 1 would be somewhere in the middle of those 3, but no. Yeah, you know. They are the pinnacle of fantasy cinema, I think. We could.
Yes.
You were, of course, allowed to pick the Bilbo movies, but who would? Oh, what a joke! Anyway, so yeah, these are our top 10 fantasy movies that are not the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And as always, we're starting with my number 10, then your number 10,
Yes.
and my number 9, and so on. And yeah, let's just begin.
Let's get into it.
This was a tough one, so I'll say that my number 10 was kind of a just Hail Mary, just throw one in there that I like. I didn't really have a number 10.
Same.
So, my number 10 is The Iron Master, which is an Italian, I guess, exploitation movie, you would call it. It's one of those, kind of cheapo Italian movies that came out in the 80s, or it's actually just called Iron Master, but The Iron Master.
Uh-huh.
When, the Conan movies or the Swords and Sandal movies were popping off in the early 80s.
Yes.
So you had a bunch of Italian filmmakers trying to cash in on it. And one of them was Umberto Lenzi, who, if you're a zombie fan, you would know him. No, wait. He did zombie movies as well, but he made Cannibal Ferox, one of the best... hold on, I might be wrong. I think he made Cannibal Ferox, one of the better cannibal exploitation movies from Italy from the 80s. But he also made Iron Master, which isn't like it's not the classical, medieval fantasy kind of movie, or just, fantasy, medieval inspired. This is a Stone Age fantasy movie about a group of cavemen, basically. Where one of them is exiled after killing 2 of his tribesmen, and he meets the weird wizard who teaches him about iron, how you can forge weapons out of the magical element of iron. So he becomes the Iron Master.
I feel like you've shown me this.
I might have mentioned it before, because it is a fun movie. It's full of, awesome, violence. There's blood. There's boobs, of course. It has everything you want from an Italian exploitation fantasy movie. But it's more brutal, because it's a Stone Age fantasy movie. Not much more to say about it than that. But I'm not sure it's actually in my number 10 on my top 10 list, but it is a lot of fun. So yeah, I would recommend it if you can stomach the bad dubbing and the cheapo sets.
Yeah.
But that's my number 10, Iron Master.
My number 10 is that if people even remember it, the 2009 Where the Wild Things Are.
Yes.
Also a little bit of I could not think of another fantasy movie, so I kind of just threw this one in.
Yeah.
Because I realized it counts as a fantasy, obviously. I mean, he literally travels to a fantasy land.
Yeah.
In his fantasy.
It's the classic children's book.
Yeah.
We read a lot when we were kids.
Yes.
With the wonderful...
And I remember really liking this adaptation, actually.
Yeah, because it definitely delved deeper into, it has more of an emotional core, and it's more made for grown-ups as well, but I think children can appreciate it too.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. You know, it's a bit cozy, even though it's more realistic and a bit dark at times.
It's very dark, yeah. And great soundtrack by.
Oh yes.
Oh, what's her name?
Exactly that one.
In the band who made the song Maps. I think that's the most famous song. What are they
called? Wait, I'm finding composers.
Composer.
Karen? Oh no.
Yes, yeah.
It's Karen O.
Karen O, yeah. Who's in a band? I don't remember the band, but yeah, Karen O made great, almost like an airy pop soundtrack to the movie. Really cool. Yes. What was the band?
Yeah, she's in the yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Matt, didn't she? Oh, this is going to be a caveat. Wasn't she involved in some sort of scandal?
I don't know.
Like a while ago, Karen O. She did something. Maybe I'm just confusing it with the fact that the song is called Maps, which is a fancier name that pedophiles gave themselves. Like, we're not pedophiles, we're maps. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I'm just thinking of someone
Not
else.
even AI is figuring that out. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway. Right. Yeah.
Your number 9.
My number 9.
Then.
Yes. My number 9 is the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Not the 2001 movie.
No.
No. The 2021? 2? I don't know.
Oh. I can't even spell it.
2023 even.
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Which was I mean, it flopped, and I remember people like making fun of it because, like, I guess mostly because of the old movie and the sequels to that movie that nobody remembers. Because actually, I think they made 2 direct-to-DVD sequels. But anyway, Honor Among Thieves is fucking great.
Yeah,
it's a great, like, generic fantasy movie with all the tropes you want from a fantasy movie. You have the wizards and the thieves and the bards, and they're fighting dragons, and there's different fantastical worlds they go to or lands.
I think we mentioned it in the episode we did on it that in 2023, in general around the 2020s, we haven't had a fantasy movie really.
No, and I think that's why we chose not to have Lord of the Rings on here, because you can't beat Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy.
No.
So they just stopped making fantasy movies. Now, there weren't a lot of fantasy movies before that either, but there was definitely more like generic fantasy movies.
Which is also why our top 10 now is a little bit scattered, a little bit. We haven't said it yet, but some of this, I don't know if everyone would count it as fantasy, even though it has fantasy elements. Especially not on my list, because there's not a lot of dragons on my list. No, the movies in general I have on my list.
No, fantasy can be anything, but when you think like generic fantasy, you think like knights and wizards and dragons and stuff. Yeah. I do have some dragons on mine.
I have like 2.
No, but Honor Among Thieves was great. And I didn't even think it. Maybe it's gotten better reviews later on, because it has a 72 now, which is like really high. On the Metascore, on the Metacritic.
Yeah.
Which I think it deserves, because it's so much fun. I've watched it like 4 times. Yeah. I watched it twice in the theater.
Right. Yes,
actually, well, not because I loved it so much. It was because the first time I watched it directly after work. So I did fall asleep for like 5 minutes in the middle. So I had to rewatch it. But still, I did buy it later on 4K Blu-ray. I have rewatched it. I love it.
Yes.
And it shows that Chris Pine, even though he doesn't really want to be like a leading man movie star, he does have the chops for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Your number 9.
My number 9 is Constantine. Which was a bit of a... Or am I allowed to put it on this list?
Yeah.
But yes.
Definitely.
According to Letterboxd and a few other lists, it is a fantasy movie. It's one of those movies that I reached for a lot when I was younger, from your shelf of abundance, I was about to say.
Yeah. My library.
Yes, I've rewatched it so many times. I think it's fascinating.
It's not
like the best movie ever or anything. It's kind of weird, but it's fascinating.
Yes, and I love that it has... it goes like it's a religious fantasy movie, but it goes dark.
Yes.
Everything is dark.
Exactly.
Constantine is like, God, man, God sucks. He even says like, God is a kid. God is a kid with an anthill and an anthill and a magnifying glass.
Right. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because he has seen the real face of the gods and devils and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It suffers from all he does in the movie is basically explain everything to Rachel Weisz's character.
Sure.
There's a lot of exposition, but I think they were like, obviously they were planning on doing sequels, so they were going to be they were like setting up the world in this first movie.
Yes.
But it's awesome.
And Tilda Swinton as Gabriel is just
amazing, yeah.
Amazing.
Before I basically knew, about like trans identity and everything, it was just like, it's so cool that a lady is playing a guy. But because she's an angel, I remember she explained it in the backstory, like Gabriel is an angel, so they don't really have genders. Yeah, so I play him as a her. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And it was my first time seeing what was her name? I forgot it. Tilda Swinton, right.
I said it a second ago. But
yeah, but I forgot. Yeah. And since then I've been a fan.
No.
So, yeah.
Love her.
Yeah.
And Peter Stormare as Satan. Hello.
Awesome. And it's awesome. It's the classic where Satan is dressed in white. Ooh, how?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but he drips of like black goo and shit. It's awesome.
So cool. And also obviously Keanu Reeves just in general.
Keanu Reeves, who, sure, this kind of flopped, but this is the third like iconic character in a franchise that he has played.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this never became a franchise. Neo in Matrix, John Wick in John Wick, and then Constantine in Constantine. If you want to, you can even throw in Bill in Bill and Ted. I think he's Bill. He's just good at
remember which one it is. Yes,
he's great at playing like iconic characters.
Yes, so good.
And it's the movie that made everybody want to smoke because he looks so cool when he smokes. Even though the movie has a very strong anti-smoking message since he has lung cancer, but
sure,
and the movie ends with him, instead of taking out a cigarette, he puts a piece of gum in his mouth. Like, yeah. It's like, shut up.
Stop smoking now. Yes. That's my number 9. Your number 8.
My number 8 is Willow.
Which is a really good movie, but I did not put it on my list.
Yeah, and I put it on my list because I have fond memories of watching it. I did watch it as a kid, but that wasn't like why I remembered it. I remembered from a few years after, like when I grew up, like in my late teens, I think, maybe even in my early 20s, buying it on Blu-ray. So, I remember Willow, and I've heard people talk about Willow, and like, I gotta watch it, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, sure it is, but
Val Kilmer as the like dashing rogue is so good, and the fact that most of his lines were improvised according to behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. It's such a weird addition to a fantasy movie, because you usually think fantasy, everything has to be very structured and we have to make sure that everything works. But every time they filmed him, it was just let it roll. Let him say stuff. And
let him cook.
Let him cook. Yeah. And then of course, what's his name? The little guy.
Oh, I never remember.
Warwick Davis.
Right.
Warwick Davis is great as Willow. And the script by George Lucas, like obviously this is Star Wars, but in a fantasy setting.
Yeah,
more or less.
More or less.
But it's great as like one of those, once again, generic fantasy movie. And the difference is Constantine isn't a generic fantasy movie. It's a very specific kind of fantasy movie.
Yes.
Where a generic fantasy movie, like we said, it's knights, wizards, evil witches. This one doesn't really have a dragon, but it has monsters.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of movie, and I love that. I love the generic fantasy movie. That's why it's my number 8.
I do too. Which by my number 8 is more of that. It's The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The first one.
The first one. Not the first book.
No.
The first book almost never gets made, yeah.
No, it's because the first book has nothing to do with the Pevensey kids?
I think so, yeah. Something like
that.
The
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the first book that stars them, and then basically every other book after that is
except
about
for
them, or
the boy and his horse, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, isn't that his cousin? Their cousin?
No, it's it has nothing to do with the real world kids. It is all set in Narnia.
Oh no, right.
And even like in a different land of Narnia.
Yeah, I have read them all. I did.
Yeah, we read them, or our mom read them to us when we were kids.
No, I reread them. And
I actually haven't done that. Maybe one of them. I'm not sure.
I reread all of them, and I remember spoiling the ending for you because you don't remember it, and you were so disappointed that was the end.
The end of this one, or of the series?
No, the end of the series.
I just remember the last book is basically a long war.
Yeah, well, spoilers for the books that have been out for, I'm assuming, 100 years now.
Almost.
If I'm not misremembering, the end of the Pevensey siblings is that they're actually dead, and them being in Narnia is just like...
sort of like...
Afterlife, basically.
The Swedish one, Mio my Mio? No,
yeah.
No.
Bröderna Lejonhjärta, the Lionheart brothers.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't remember that. Oh, okay. But they do come back though. In the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, they come out of the
yes,
because they've been living there as like kings and princesses and whatever as grown-ups, and then they're just like, oh look, there's a weird portal, and they come out as kids again. I think
they do that like once or twice.
But in the end,
they can't return from Narnia because it turns out they died at some point.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember exactly. I just remember no, they're actually dead. Because I mean, Aslan is Jesus and all that stuff.
Sure. Okay.
Either way, I think the first movie is really fucking good. I actually think the second movie is pretty good too.
They didn't do all of them. They did Lion, Witch, and War, but then they did Voyage of the Dawn Treader, right? Or did they do Prince Caspian?
They did Prince Caspian because Ben Barnes, I think, is Prince Caspian.
But didn't they do Voyage of the Dawn Treader as well?
Yeah, they did 3 movies.
Right, and then they stopped because they kind of flopped.
And
towards the end.
And I think they just the kids grew up too much, so it didn't really work anymore.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because they don't grow up that fast in the books, so
no. And also, I guess why the prequel book, so to speak, hasn't been adapted that many times is because it wasn't actually the first to be made. It was actually published second to last. I see now.
Oh, but it's like a prequel.
Yeah, so it's a prequel.
I mean, it doesn't. There's not a lot going on. It's like the creation story. There's not a lot.
Yeah, no. Aslan is born in that. We see Aslan for the first time. It's like they create Narnia in that.
Yeah, he's like going around breathing on things, and all of a sudden there's land and there's trees and there's other creatures.
So I guess that's why they didn't do it.
It's not that exciting to make a movie of it.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, your number 7.
My number 7 is Reign of Fire.
I don't know if I've actually seen that one.
It is... the thing is that it was panned when it came out. People hated it. And for a long time... It
still has a Metascore of 39.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Those are reviews from the time. And 39 is pretty damn bad. And it does not deserve it. Like, I bought it a few years ago. I hadn't seen it since it was new. I remember my friend across the street when we lived at home, they had it on VHS. And we watched it, and it was like, oh, this is cool with dragons and shit. So we didn't really get it back then, but then, over the years, you heard like, oh yeah, that piece of shit, Reign of Fire movie and all that. And it's like, oh, okay, so I never watched it. And then I had a spell where I really wanted to watch a lot of generic fantasy movies, and there aren't that many.
Yeah.
I was like, I want dragons and stuff, so fuck it, I'll buy Reign of Fire on Blu-ray. And I watched it, and it's like, this is awesome! It's an amazing action fantasy movie.
I'm watching the trailer as you speak, because I don't know if I've seen this.
It is awesome! You should watch it if you haven't. It's
because I love dragon movies. That's like my favorite genre of movies ever, if I'm being honest. And there's so few of them.
Yeah. Because dragons they're hard to pull off, I suppose.
Yes.
I mean,
not today though. We have House of the Dragon showing us that it's possible.
Yeah, but I mean, doing them to be exciting is hard.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon did it well, but that's the only ones, really.
Yeah, but I think people just need to... There are books that should be adapted into movies.
But they tried with Aragon.
Off the top of my head.
Aragon sucks.
That is... I didn't put Aragon on this list! Oh my god! That's one of my fucking favorite movies! Why did I not remember it?
I haven't read the book. I've only seen the movie. I think the movie is boring.
Oh, no. I need to revise my list a little bit.
Okay. I'll talk about Rain of
I'm
Fire.
adding like a honorable mention or something because I don't know where to put it, and the Wild Things would be gone if I just add it now.
Yeah. However, then Rain of Fire
yes.
is so it has this. It has kind of a dark fantasy setting because it's set in like the fields of northern England.
2084 AD.
Yes, we're gonna get to that. It has a fantasy setting. There's the moors of England, the dark grassy plains of northern England. It takes place mostly in and around a castle. There's dragons, of course, and people fighting to, battle these dragons for survival. Because the dragons are fucking vicious as well.
Yeah.
They're not these great majestic beasts. They're majestic because they're big, but they're terrifying.
They're villains.
They're real fucking villains. But the cool thing is that it's a post-apocalyptic movie where, this, I don't know what it is. It's some sort of a construction, but they're digging down in like the center of London in the early 2000s. And they dig so far that they awaken a dragon. And then over the course of like 20 years, millions of dragons spread over the world. And they just take over. They're like a fucking plague of locusts, but they're giant and breathe fire.
We have Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale, Gerard Butler.
Hello? Batman and Leonidas who fight dragons? Yes?
With Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, and this is Matthew McConaughey in his, like, I'm cool, era, where he was the cool guy that everyone didn't really like, the failure to launch... even though that was later, but that kind of, Sahara, Fool's Gold kind of, before he had his reconnaissance. But in this movie, he plays against type. He shaved his head, he had a scruffy beard, he's big and bulky, he's kind of a bad guy. Like he's
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, and he goes around with his like band of soldiers, and they hunt dragons, with helicopters. And have like suicide soldiers who like jump out of the helicopter to be bait for the dragons, and they release giant nets to capture them.
Witness me.
Basically, yeah, and he does it in the end. Spoilers: he jumps into a dragon with a battle axe.
I think they showed that in the trailer. Actually.
Yes, they do. Yeah, it is so fucking awesome. And they use the classic like hero's journey formula and everything to set it all up. It is great storytelling, great action, great performances, awesome dragon action stuff. It is so unfairly like remembered as forgotten. A bad movie and forgotten. Yeah, so that's why it's on my.
Anywho,
it honestly could have gone higher, but yeah.
You've been babbling on for too long.
Yes.
My number 7 then was a struggle because I kind of wanted to put like all of the Harry Potter movies on this list, but I can't.
No.
That feels unfair. And I was eventually stuck between number 3 and number 4. So The Prisoner of Azkaban and The Goblet of Fire. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes. The one with the tournament. Tournament.
Yeah, which I personally think the book is good. I really didn't like the movie Goblet of Fire. So.
See, I think the movie, those two are my favorite movies, not my favorite books.
No, I still haven't read the last book, but number 5 is my favorite book. Whatever it's called. It's so good.
Number 5 is a really good book. It's such a long book, though.
It's like 1,000 pages. I read it in one sitting when it was brand new.
Wasn't that when we were traveling to like, Spain or something?
So I had a lot of time, but still.
Yeah, exactly. Because bus ride to Spain.
Yeah.
It's quite a while. But I ended up putting The Prisoner of Azkaban as my number 7.
Yeah.
Because it's where the series actually really like started picking up.
Yeah.
Because the first 2 are kind of childish.
They're kids' movies, and they are teens for the first time in the third one.
Yes.
And the director, what's his name?
Oh, what's his name?
He did
because it's not Columbus by then.
No. Are you?
They switched it to Alfonso
Cuarón.
Cuarón.
Right. Yeah. Who's done a bunch of like artsy movies, and he did the Sandra Bullock space movie, which I love.
Gravity. Yeah.
And he completely changed the style, the look of the movie.
Yes, it's dark.
It's darker,
moody.
and also all of a sudden
It's a bit scary. All of a sudden,
yeah, and all of a sudden, Hogwarts is on a big hill, so it almost looks like a gothic like vampire castle or something.
Yeah,
and of course, the Prisoner of Azkaban is super scary in the beginning before you know who he is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a great movie. A lot more style than the other ones.
It's not the most fantasy of all the movies. I'd still say that's number 4 probably because of the dragons and the mer people. But we have werewolves and shit, so shapeshifters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dementors.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah,
pretty cool.
Good choice.
So yeah, that I could not put on a Harry Potter movie on this list. I had to, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
My number 6 is Hook.
Yes,
the infamous Steven Spielberg Peter Pan all grown up movie. Another one
amazing movie.
Some people hate it. It didn't great.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know this? It didn't get great reviews. It has a 52
childhood
Metascore.
favorite.
I know.
It's a Christmas classic. It's how dare you?
That's what I was trying to get to. But yeah. Before I knew anything about movie reviews or anything, we used to watch this around Christmas because it was always showing on TV at Christmas because it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And I just love it so much. I don't think I'd even seen the original Peter Pan at that point. I knew of Peter Pan because it's a fairy tale, classic. Yeah. But I just loved.
I'd seen the Disney version.
Yeah, I don't think I had. I don't know if I ever have, to be honest. That beside the point. I just loved how this regular guy, because you can watch it without knowing the original story. They kind of tell it a little bit in like flashbacks. So
because he forgot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the story of a man, like learning to love life again, basically, in this fantasy world full of pirates and skateboarding lost boys and Rufio. Oh,
yes,
Rufio is such a badass, and all the fighting and when he battles Captain Hook in the end, it's so cool. Everything about this movie is so awesome. The food fight, like, come on. Imaginary food, and then they start throwing it at each other. Yeah. Is it a movie, like, made for adults, but honestly should have been aimed at children? Yes, that's why it's a little weird. But I love it. And I rewatch it every Christmas, and I love it every time. And also, what's her name? Julia Roberts. Not literally, but fucking more or less creating the pixie cut, which
Tinkerbell's.
Yeah,
her Tinkerbell. Anyway. Shut up. I had to look up Rufio Dante Basco.
Yeah,
he still makes movies.
Yeah, he does things here and there,
very much small things in comparison.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it so much. I recognize the flaws in the writing and some of the. I mean, I like that it all looks like it's shot on a soundstage, but if you're looking for like realism, like no, it's so obviously a soundstage, all of it. But that's part of the charm. It's part of the charm.
It is.
And that's why it's my number.
That's what what's it called? Neverland.
Yeah.
But that's what it looks like. Come on.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to look like it's real. It's fantasy.
That's why it's my number 6. What's your number 6?
Yes. My number 6 is Dungeons & Dragons, the 2023 version, obviously, for all the reasons you said earlier. So, I mean, do we need to rehash? It's not even I almost forgot, honestly almost forgot that there was a dragon in that movie, even though it's called Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah, well, there's two dragons. One in a flashback, and then there's the fat one in the underworld thing.
All right. Right.
The dragon that has been sleeping for too long, so it's too fat and tired to actually chase them properly. That's funny.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
So good.
And then
so many things are good about it.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. My number 5 then is Highlander, a movie I famously call a failure because it does not live up to its awesome premise. But that premise is still awesome, and when the little moments when it does, wow, what a cool movie. You know, immortal warriors locked in eternal battle until there's only one. and the whole legend of the quickening and oh my god, it's so cool. And the Kurgan is such a fucking badass villain.
Sure. I didn't enjoy it as much as you do, but
You have seen it? Okay.
I have. We've done an episode on it.
Oh, maybe we have. Yeah.
We have. I edited that episode.
You?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why
at least the pictures for it.
That's why I don't remember it, because I didn't do it. Yeah. No, it is awesome for all those reasons. Like it has all the tropes you want from a cool like adult fantasy movie. It just looks cheap a little bit, and what's his name? Fuck, I can't remember names. What's his name?
Oh, I don't have that one up.
Christopher Lambert is not a good leading man. No offense, Christopher.
No, wait. Are they actually making a?
They've been talking about a remake for years and years and years. At first I was hoping like they wouldn't do it because like don't ruin a classic. But then after reevaluating this a few years ago, it's like maybe you can make it better, but you gotta embrace the weirdness of the original. And I hope they don't do like a streamlined modern version of it. Like embrace the weirdness. You have to embrace the weirdness.
It's listed as pre-production on IMDb.
It has.
We have a director.
Like 10 years.
Sure, but we have a director. We have some 3 stars.
Henry Cavill is supposed to be the Highlander. Yeah.
Russell Crowe as some other Highlander, I'm assuming, and Carrie Williamson. I don't know who that is.
She's probably going to be the regular mortal like police girl investigating this guy who seems to have lived for 100 years or longer. Sorry, like.
No, wait, sorry, I read the wrong name. Marissa Abella. Yeah, the cop probably. Yeah.
No, it is.
Whatever.
You have to. Yeah, you have to look past some of the awkward like cinematography and the bad acting from Christopher Lambert. But other than that, it is a cool fucking movie. Really cool movie.
Is the Charlize Theron movies The Old Guard?
It's literally the same story.
Right? Yeah.
It's not based on it because they do change some stuff, but it's literally the same. It's immortal people who take up traditional weapons, all use swords and stuff, and then they fight for the good of mankind. But in Highlander, it's more they fight each other to eventually just be the last one left.
Have you seen The Old Guard 2?
I started watching it. It was so boring, I turned it off. I like the first one.
Well, I can tell you that much. They're leaning more towards the Highlander thing then, about fighting each other.
I should finish it then.
It's not that good, though.
No, yeah.
I just realized that I could technically replace my number 5 with Aragon. Because you did not put this movie as a fantasy movie, and it's one of your favorite movies, so I don't understand why.
It's one of my favorite action-adventure movies. Because I don't really want to call it a fantasy movie. It's The Northman. It's your number 5.
Yes, it's my number 5 is The Northman.
Because...
But I could say it's Aragon.
What little fantasy it is isn't supposed to be fantasy. It's supposed to be...
legend.
Real. Like
yes.
the Norns and the Valkyries, like they're more, but at the same time we consider Constantine a fantasy movie, so but I also think that the fantasy or religious elements are so few in the movie that I didn't personally want to put it as a fantasy movie. That's why. But you're allowed to. But if you in terms of quality, are you gonna switch out The Northman for Aragon?
Do you know how much I love the Aragon movie?
Have you rewatched it lately?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
And I recently, and a few times over the past couple of years actually, have regretted deeply that I got rid of the books. I had the trilogy in hardbacks, in beautiful books, and I don't have them anymore. I don't remember when I got rid of all of my hardbacks.
You don't throw out books, Rebecca. It's one of those things. Magazines you throw out.
I think I sold them.
Books you don't throw out. And now that
I went to the sci-fi store and I bought them specifically along with a bunch of other. I had so many special editions.
Yeah, and now that
I don't know why I got rid of them.
In the last 10 years when like fantasy and like books in general or like nerd stuff has become like mainstream and it's cool and everything is overpriced nowadays because of it. You should have kept those books because they would have been like rare classics at this point. That hardcover.
I would not have had
edition.
a spot for them though because they took up so much space. I had a lot of books, a lot of hardbacks. Anywho, I'm doing this. I'm putting it the Northman / Aragon.
Okay, so we talked about the Northman already. Talk about Aragon.
Honestly, I don't know what to say. That is a classic dragon story. You have the underdog boy who stumbles upon a dragon and he is worthy of the dragon, therefore it hatches for him and they grow up together and they fight together and they get strong together and they learn to appreciate life and like love and they learn everything. And then they have to fight an evil wizard who also has dragons, even though the dragons are supposedly dying out. So there's not a lot of dragons.
Yeah.
There's a princess. There's magic. Ah, it's fantastic. There's this old ragged man who doesn't want to help him, but he has to because he's the last living dragon rider whose dragon died. So good. It's so good. I mean, yes.
I just remember that I think I don't know if I finished it, but I know I read some of it around the time I watched the movie, and from what I remember, the book is good, but
yes.
The movie was just so boring. I don't know. It was missing something. It was ugly and not cheap, but it was cheap looking.
It is a little bit ugly. I agree. Which again, it's a shame. It's like they didn't have the budget to do what they wanted.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
But they still had really cool set pieces. I mean, the dragon looks fine.
Isn't it voiced by Rachel Weisz? Or some dragon is? Because the dragons speak, right?
Yeah, it's Rachel Weisz, yeah.
Which is also another thing. I don't know if dragons should speak.
No, but she doesn't speak out loud. She only speaks in his head.
Okay then, I guess.
That makes kind of sense.
I guess. All right.
That's how they work together. And it's Jeremy Irons is the old guy who doesn't want to help, but he does. John Malkovich is
the bad guy.
The bad guy? Yeah,
I think
so.
Guy. Come on, it's John Malkovich.
I was like, wait, I have to remember. Yeah, he's the bad guy, but he's not the magical bad guy. Because that's Robert Carlyle.
Oh, right, yeah.
Garrett Hedlund is in it.
Ooh, okay.
Fucking... Yeah, that's... I can never pronounce his name. Jimon Hununsu?
Jimon Hunsu.
Hunsu? He's in it. He's a really cool guy in this one.
Maybe I'll give it another shot.
You need to rewatch it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's actually not that bad. I mean, it could be better. It could look better.
Yeah.
But it's actually not that bad. I don't understand how it has a 38 in Metascore. That's just rude.
Yeah.
Come on.
It reminds me of, not really, but it reminds me of a Swedish book called like A Warrior's Soul or something like that, where a guy joins almost like the black. What are they called in the Black Watch, the Night Watch in Game of Thrones? He joins kind of like a Night Watch company, sort of, where everyone gets to train to be like some guardians out on like a stormy island, but they also learn to ride wyverns, the dragons without arms.
Yeah.
To fight like huge magical dragons. It's part of like this loose series of books called insert like A Warrior's Soul, A Magician's Apprentice, and stuff like that. That book is awesome.
Oh yeah,
I had it when I was a kid. I don't think I still have it. Well, threw it out because I was a kid, but it's really cool. That should be a movie, but it's a Swedish book that nobody remembers, so it will never be a movie. Anyway, sorry. Our number 4, we can do it together.
Yes, they're actually the same.
On number 4, we put Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
I remember when this came out, it was like a revelation. Like, wow, can movies be this? Obviously, it's kind of in the wake of Lord of the Rings, because like, we can actually put effort into a fantasy fairy tale kind of story and make it for adults, because it's very dark and has like real world parallels. It talks about the Spanish Civil War or whatever it is. I don't remember.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and this fantasy world that this little girl escapes to. Kind of similar to Narnia, in that in the end she's dead, but in the fantasy world she's the princess who saves the world. It is
so scary, honestly.
super scary. And it's one of the few Guillermo del Toro movies that actually works, because I think he's a very, very uneven director. Like, he has a lot of like cool ideas, and his movies usually are very visual, very stylish.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not a fan of The Shape of Water. I know I'm one of the few, but still. I
agree.
I'm not a big fan of his Hellboy movies, because the script is garbage. But always, all the monsters, all the cool suits, the action is good.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have much action, but the monsters in this is amazing. The like hand-eye guy. Oh my god! And the pan in general is so cool.
Yeah.
And it's also like, because this came out in 2004, so I was 14, going on 15. You were 10, so we hadn't really seen
2006.
Oh, 6. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, okay, I was 16 then, but still,
I was 12. But yeah.
I hadn't really seen a lot of international cinema, so watching a movie in Spanish was like, whoa, you never really do that.
Yeah, I think that was like the first time we did that.
I think my earliest world cinema was obviously some of the Japanese horror movies a few years before that.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
European stuff, I hadn't seen a lot of European stuff
true.
Outside of, like, it was American or Japanese horror. That was about it.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite movies of all time, El Mariachi, of course, but that's a Mexican-American movie. But they speak Spanish, so. But this was like, oh shit, they make good movies in other countries? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Basically. So, great fucking movie. Feels a little bit forgotten now. People don't talk about it anymore.
A little bit, yeah. No. It still pops up on a bunch of people's lists, just like this, because it's like you said, it's visual. It's not maybe rewatch value too much.
Maybe not. But for a first watch, it's great.
It is very, very pretty. Very dark, though.
Very dark. It is
the one image that comes up is not even the fucking hand-eye dude. It's the little ginger baby under the bed.
Oh yeah.
In the bowl of milk or whatever, starts screaming at her.
Yeah. All I think of is when the commandant or whatever he is, the leader of the bad guys, just bashes the guy's face in with a bottle, or he bashes his nose in, but he just bashes the nose into his face.
Yeah. That's true.
And by the end, he transforms into like a fairy tale villain because his smile goes up to his ears because they cut his mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our number 4. I want to do your.
That is our number 4. Yes.
I want to do your number 3 first because it's one we already talked about.
Yes. So my number 3 is Hook. Like we said.
For all the same reasons.
It's just so
wonderful,
whimsical and fantastical and wonderful, and it lets adults be children again, and it reminds us that we need to remember to have fun.
Embrace our inner child.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be childish, just have fun. Yeah. You're allowed to have fun. Don't get bogged down at work. Leave work sometimes.
You have to find your marbles.
Work and all that stuff. Yes.
As they do in there. I've lost my marbles. I can see that.
Yes.
No, it's a wonderful
So
movie.
your number 3 instead.
My number 3, and this is probably the newest movie on the list. Yes, it is, because it's from 2023 or 4. No, 25 maybe even, or 24. It's
Frogman.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just read it at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
Because I had to look it up.
23,
if I'm looking at the right one. By Anthony Cousins?
Yeah. I think it was like widely released in 24, maybe. I'm not sure.
Officially 23.
Okay, yeah. It's a found footage movie. I think I briefly mentioned it to you, or maybe even in an episode.
Yeah, you talked about it to me.
Yeah, it's a found footage movie, or a mockumentary movie about a guy who, when he was a young kid in the mid-90s, they were on a road trip with his family, and he saw the legendary Frogman. He actually captured it on video. I don't remember if it's quote unquote a real crypto zoo animal, whatever it's called, cryptozoology thing. Cryptid is what it's called. Or if it's made up for the movie. I think there's some sort of similar thing, but they made it up for the movie. They took inspiration. But of course, so there was like a bit of a he was a bit of a minor celebrity for a little while, but then he kind of became, when they like, but of course it's fake, so he became, became kind of a laughingstock, and it's the kind of thing where he never really was able to put that behind him, so he kind of got stuck and never really made anything of himself. So now in his like early 30s, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna prove that he's real. So I'm not a laughingstock on the internet anymore. So him and 2 of his friends go back to the place where they saw the Frogman, and try to find him again. And things go bad.
It is actually a cryptid. It's in Ohio folklore. The Loveland Frog, also known as the Loveland Frogman or Loveland Lizard, is a legendary humanoid frog described as standing roughly 4 feet.
Don't read too much about it though.
Tall.
I don't know how much they spoil about.
Allegedly spotted in Loveland, Ohio.
Okay, yeah.
From like the 70s or something is when it started to like.
Yeah, this is
new attention and stuff.
I saw this earlier this year with my friend when I was visiting him. Neither of us had seen it before. We just thought it was funny that it's Frogman, and they're selling it as like you think they're gonna do like almost like a satirical movie. It says, "Ooh, the legendary Frogman" instead of like the Wolfman or something.
Yeah,
but it's honestly a genuinely like exciting and kind of scary found footage movie. It's awesome. I almost want you to like watch it so we can discuss it.
I mean, I'll put it on my watch list, and we'll have it in the summer catch up, even though it's not a new movie.
Yeah. I think so. Because you love found footage movies, so
yeah.
And it's I would say it's one of the better ones. I might even put it in my top 10 I think we have a list, but I hadn't seen this one then. It is awesome. So yeah, Frogman, check it out.
It is on my watch list already.
Okay.
Probably added it a couple days ago then.
Then we'll do your number 2.
Yeah. My number 2 is Ponyo.
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli, is that how you say it? Ghibli?
Yeah.
Movie. But the little fish princess, I think she is.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Such a cute movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, Studio Ghibli is fantasy. Come on.
Oh, it is. But it usually, because it is animated, it usually gets lumped in with, it's animated. But just because it's animated doesn't mean it's not a genre movie.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, hello, it's a princess. It's a magical princess who can shapeshift. There's giant fishes and stuff. There's a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a wizard who chases her and wants to capture her. And it's so fantastical.
Yeah.
And I had to choose one because I didn't want to put multiple Ghibli movies on it. Would not be fair.
Yeah, just like
one.
we talked about.
We avoid doing franchises, more than one from the franchise. So even though Ghibli isn't a franchise, you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, it's that style.
You usually put them together, and it felt unfair. Yeah. I would have taken up half the list.
Because then you could put Spirited Away, you could put House Moving Castle, you could put we did Nausicaa later last year.
Porco Rosso.
Yeah.
Flying pigs, for Christ's sake.
What is Lapita something? No, that's the Flying Castle, right? Sorry, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and with the new one, The Boy in the Heron. I haven't seen the Heron. Boy in the Heron. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks fantastic.
And Robert Pattinson is the Heron, right?
Oh,
I think so, or he's in it at least. That's cool.
Ooh, I think it's on this Netflix now.
The Heron has teeth. I don't want to watch a bird with teeth. It's so weird. That's like what's like putting me off on watching it. The bird has teeth.
I haven't realized that.
Anyway,
so
that's your number 2.
Yes, I mean, come on, it's amazing.
Yeah, I can't speak for it because I haven't seen it, but I believe you. And from all the, I haven't seen Ponyo.
Didn't we say we were gonna do like a full-on episode on Studio Ghibli movies? And
but we
watched a couple.
We did Nausicaa for our Dune Patreon episode because it's basically the same story. Well, no, it's similar.
It's similar.
And I had seen some movies before, like Kiki's Delivery Service and Spirited Away. And then when I watched Nausicaa, I also watched House Moving Castle, and I started watching Porco Rosso, but I didn't finish it, to be honest. I fell asleep.
Okay.
Sorry. But I haven't seen Ponyo.
So that's still work in project. Progress? Whatever.
Yeah. But that's
so your number 2.
My number 2 is Excalibur, the 1981 John Boorman fantasy movie about King Arthur. For the sole reason that it is... it is the I would say it's other than my number one, it is the quintessential sword and sorcery movie. Before when I mentioned sword and sandal, I meant sword and sorcery movies.
Sure.
Where you have the knights, witches and warlocks, and and they fight to the death, and their swords, and high adventure, And this one then being a very like serious adaptation of the Arthurian legend of Excalibur, and the quest for the Holy Grail. That's really what it's about. And they went all out when doing it, and almost turning into like Shakespearean, style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And everyone screams all the time. All the dialogue is like, "I am King Arthur, the king of the Britons, and I will defeat evil!" Even in a scene where they're at a party with like some sort of neighboring king that they want to make peace with, his queen, or his wife, or whatever, his concubine, comes down a set of stairs to join the party because he kind of want to show her off because she's the fairest maiden in the maiden in the land. and King Arthur leans over to one of the knights and whispers, like, "I must have her!" He screams. Or whispers. But even when he whispers, he's like talking like this. It is so fucking awesome. Nigel Terry plays King Arthur. I thought it was someone else, but no, I guess, yeah. No, right, Gabriel Byrne. It's Arthur's dad, Uther. He plays Uther, and he screams, "I must have her!"
Oh, I can hear him do that.
Oh, yeah, because you know the voice, yeah.
Yeah.
And it also, this doesn't make the movie better or worse, but Merlin, like, says a spell at some point, and
I swear I've seen this.
I gotta see if I can find it. Hold on. Merlin. Oh, no, sorry, guys. Because the spell is so good. Let's see if I can find it.
As we're doing this list, I am remembering more and more fantasy movies. I'm like, why did I not put this on the list? Not this one specifically, because I don't remember being a fan of this one.
Yeah. I think, I don't remember exactly how he says it, but I found it here. It starts with Anal Natrach Orthmais Vithad Doshel Demnia. It starts with anal.
Yeah.
That's very funny. It even like a extreme death metal band or extreme metal band call themselves Anal Natrak after that. It's so cool because they're a good band also. Anyway, and once again, he screams it at the top of his lungs, standing on a cliff.
Course.
Conjuring some storm or something. It is so awesome. So yeah, that's why it's my number 2. Classic sword and sorcery. I love sword and sorcery movies.
Yeah.
Your number 1.
My number 1 is Brave, the Disney movie, isn't it?
The Pixar movie.
Pixar, whatever. Actually, yeah, no, she's not. No, she counts as a Disney princess, not.
Well, yeah, I guess Disney's annoying. Pixar's owned by Disney, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't count her. It's a really good, also again, kind of classic movie,
Yeah, very much
female
based
empowerment
on,
and all that,
and based on like old English like folk tales and I guess Irish, but English, Britain.
And also, I think I need to double check that, but I can't spell.
Brave?
Also, it came out the year before Frozen, and it's so much girl power. And Frozen had this whole, like, oh, it's girl power. It's the only movie that ever has girl power. No, shut up.
Yeah.
Brave came out the year before, and is all about girl power, because she literally competes for her own hand in marriage. Because she doesn't want to marry any of the losers the other tribes have.
The only reason the Frozen is the girl power movie that everyone remembers, almost, I would say, kind of kicked off the modern social justice warrior trend, because it was in 2013, and that really kicked off in 2014, so... Yeah. It's because they promoted it as a girl power movie. Brave was just promoted as a Pixar movie. That's why.
Yeah, I know.
It's all in marketing, baby.
I know. Brave is much better and totally deserves... all the hype it should get. It has a 69, which is good enough, I guess. It could be better. It could have a higher score.
And am I wrong in... No, maybe I'm wrong. I thought Gerard Butler was in it.
No.
I'm thinking of his
You're thinking of How to Train Your
How to Train Your
Dragon.
Dragon, but I thought he had a similar role in this, but that's Billy
Which
Connolly.
also could have been on the fucking fantasy list.
That could have been on the fantasy list, especially if you want dragons.
I am remembering more and more movies about dragons that I should have put on the list, because dragons are quintessential for fantasy.
Yeah.
And even though Brave doesn't have a single dragon in it, it could have. No, it has Billy Connolly as the dad.
Yeah. Another famous Scottish actor.
Robbie Coltrane as one of the lords. Kevin McKidd as one of the other lords, and
a lot of
Craig Ferguson as another
Scottish
lord.
Folktale then, yeah.
Yeah, it's Scottish. So
Yeah,
yes.
not Irish. Sorry. So sorry. Anyway,
Very sorry.
that's your number one.
That's my number one. Amazing movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen
I don't
it.
think I need to explain it. Like, you haven't seen it?
Nope. It was in my I'm too old for this stuff now, because it came out when I was in my early 20s.
Okay, you have 2 movies you have to watch before our summer catch-up, and they are
Eragon
going
and
to
Brave?
be in your... Well, 3. Aragon, Brave, and K-pop Demon Hunters.
What about Ponyo?
That can wait.
Okay.
That can wait until we do the Studio Ghibli episode.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
On to my number one.
Yes, your number one.
It
Which
is.
I guess more of a classic.
The one, the only, the masterpiece, the legendary, the fucking awesome Conan the Barbarian. Arnold Schwarzenegger at his peak as Conan the Barbarian.
Sure.
It's peak cinema in every way possible. It is bombastic. It is brutal. It is epic. It's funny. It's a little creepy. It is just full of swords and blood and cannibals and monsters and boobies and wizards and wolves. It's got everything.
It's the Iron Master in English.
Yeah, it's the Iron Master times fucking 600.
I guess, yeah.
Because once again, Conan the Barbarian is the one that all the Italian exploitation movies wanted to be.
Yeah.
So Iron Master is a result of Conan the Barbarian's success. It's a 10 out of 10 all the way. It's literally flawless. Yes, it is.
I don't agree, but sure.
Oh, and I forgot in my little spiel there, it's also poetic, introspective. It cements the whole like. I know everyone thinks Conan the Barbarian. He's a barbarian. He punches camels and you know steals away women and stuff. But he's also the warrior poet who learns the riddle of steel, which is the most important riddle, to learn.
Yeah.
If you learn the riddle of steel, you can learn anything. It is so fucking awesome. It is high fantasy at its fucking best. It's the Martin Scorsese cinema meme. It is one of the best movies ever made.
Does it have any dragons?
It doesn't have a dragon. Because they couldn't do a convincing dragon in the 80s. And it was honestly a little lower budget than movie. Because they was like, we want to promote Arnold, but we're not going to spend like $50 million on him. So we'll give you 30. And they're like, we can't make a dragon for 30. So you get a giant serpent instead.
That's true, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, and of course, one of the greatest villains of all time, fucking what's his name? Darth Vader, James Earl Jones.
Right.
What's his name? He is he's Thulsa Doom and his snake cult.
Is that movie? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have Max von Sydow as King Osric. You have Mako as the wizard. Mako maybe not super famous, but if you remember the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, he is Splinter in at least the first one. I don't know if they got him back for the other ones. Franco Columbo, sorry. So many cool people in it, and it is just so fucking good. I that's one of those movies I can put on and watch anytime. It is so fucking good.
Yeah, he was back in Conan the Destroyer, by the way.
Mako, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if he was in all the Turtles movies.
Oh, right, yeah. Anywho. I totally don't agree, but sure.
You're wrong! You're wrong!
These are our top 10.
Of
so,
course.
you can have yours and I can have mine. It's funny that we do have the exact same one in one spot, though.
He is Uncle
Other
Iroh
than that,
in Avatar.
We don't.
We have a couple of ones.
We didn't have that many similar ones. It's
We have
Dungeons
Hook.
and Dragons, Hook, and Pan's
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fantasy movies that are not the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
And I still, I thought of like 5 more as we spoke about them.
yeah, exactly. There are more fantasy movies out there. They all, except for Conan the Barbarian, they all kind of pale in comparison to Lord of the Rings.
They're also not always what you're kind of looking for, because when you look for a fantasy movie, you're usually craving something very specific.
Yes.
And there's not a lot of that specific thing you want. It's like, I want to watch a movie that's like this one, but not that movie. It's like, but there's only that one.
Yeah.
Everything else is very different.
Yeah. And that's what I'll give a shout out to tabletop role playing. If you want generic fantasy, get some friends together, you don't even play a campaign, just play one adventure or one setting of Dungeons and Dragons. And
sure.
you'll have all the monsters and dragons and wizards and knights and princesses you want. It's awesome. Or any other fantasy.
Just write your own story and just have a fantasy world in your head instead of watching it on a movie.
Yeah. It is.
I want to watch a movie.
Of course. But if you're craving more fantasy, try out role playing. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. They had a new. Was it Willow that made a TV show a couple years ago?
They did. Disney Plus made a streaming show, and it. I don't know. Like we said, you can't. A streaming show can't really flop because they make money anyway. But it apparently.
I think I gave up after like 3 episodes.
Yeah, I only saw the first one. It wasn't bad. It was just I don't care about TV shows, and especially not a revival show like that. But it was a good Willow sequel.
It came out after the Wheel of Time TV show had started, or streaming show had started, which is also kind of high fantasy.
Oh yes, very high fantasy. It's a Lord of the Rings
better
ripoff.
Production.
But that show flopped because nobody liked it.
It had like 2 or 3 seasons though.
Yeah, I know. They desperately wanted people to like it, and it sucks from what I've heard. I haven't seen it.
First season is fine. Second, not so much.
That's another one. If you're craving like generic high fantasy with quality writing, check out the books. I've only read the first one, but it's great. Very long, but it's great.
Yes. That's the issue with fantasy. If you want good fantasy, you need to read books. That's it.
Yeah, that's where you find a lot of good fantasy. That's
fortunately
a lot of these movies we talked about are based on books or comic books.
You know what? Fantasy's hard to catch on screen because it's so fantastical.
Exactly.
And everyone envisions it differently.
Magic doesn't quite catch on film.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, that's gonna have to be it. That's our top 10 fantasy movies that are not the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Do we want to read through them real quick?
Yes, let's do that.
Did with the others. You go first.
So, number 10.
From number 10.
Iron Master. Number 9. Dungeons & Dragons 2023. Honor Among Thieves. Number 8. Willow. Number 7. Reign of Fire. Number 6. Hook. Number 5. Highlander. Number 4. Pan's Labyrinth. Number 3. Frogman. Number 2. Excalibur! And number 1. fucking Conan the Barbarian.
Yes. And mine 10 then, starting from 10, are Where the Wild Things Are, Constantine, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, from 2023.
Yeah.
Number 5 is The Northman / Aragon.
yeah.
4, Pan's Labyrinth. 3, Hook. 2, Ponyo. 1, Brave.
Oh.
That's it.
So, yeah, thank you so much for
listening. Let us know. Did we forget a super duper fantastic classic or something that we just totally forgot?
Yeah. Should we have put some of the Bilbo movies on there? Just kidding.
No.
Wrong. The first one isn't that bad.
No, but I try to rewatch. I can't.
No, they're not good.
I don't understand people who actually bunch them up with the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
No,
dude, no. No.
I like certain elements of the third movie.
Sure. Smaugy's cool.
Smaug is awesome. He's mostly in the second movie, but yeah.
True. All right.
Oh, and he has one of the great the final line in the second movie is one of the greatest lines ever. When he bursts out of the molten gold and he flies off to destroy Harbor Town, and he just goes, "I am fire, I am death." Oh my god! I wish the movie was more like that.
Cool dragon.
Yeah, he's a really cool dragon.
But that's not enough to put that on the list.
No.
So.
But that's the same thing in the third movie, Battle of the Five Armies, when they kind of, because I don't know how lore accurate it is, but it's what's her name, Thauriel, the elven warrior girl.
Yeah,
she's in love with both Keely and Feely, or they're both in love with her. And one of them,
and Legolas is somehow involved.
Yeah, and one of them dies, and she liked them both as friends. So she like kneels at his body and starts crying, and this like elf doesn't know what emotions are or something.
Yeah.
And she says, and she tries to like, what is like, why am I feeling like this? And those are emotions, and it's kind of silly. But her line, why does it hurt so much? That's love, is what they say. The big guy with the horn says that's love you're feeling. And she's like, but why does it hurt so much? I was like, oh no, that's a really good line.
That is a good line.
And I like that part of it. The rest, I can throw it out. Anyway.
Anywho, that's it.
That's it.
Check in next week for the last episode of these.
The final one, where we're doing the toughest list of them all. It's the top 10 horror sequels. Actual good horror movie sequels. Wow.
It was really hard. Really hard.
Yeah. But that's for next week. And until then, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
The SpoilerCast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It's produced and hosted by Tobias Vedén. Co-host is Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a shout out to all our patrons over at patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. CK85, Kristoffer Bylén, Daniel Gaiso, Annika Vedén, Jacob, Mom and Mac, and Laura Kelly.